Hey, Dave. I was wondering if you could maybe walk us through what you saw from Braden Webb's at bat there in the eighth, and did you know that it was gone off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, looked like he thought about laying down a bunt to advance the runner with no outs, a kind of a drag type bunt, and he didn't attempt it really. I think he pulled it back and went up another ball, maybe a ball came in, and he fouled the pitcher too off. But when he did make contact, when he made the swing, the ball was hit. I knew it was gone. He hit it to right center. That's the way the wind was blowing, but I don't know if that ball needed any help.
And I know it was kind of Missouri was kind of scrappy. Y'all would go ahead, they'd fight back. Y'all would go ahead, they'd fight back again. I mean, how big was that swing? And did you kind of get the feeling that that might have been the final knockout blow?
Well, the swing was huge, obviously, because Missouri kind of, like you said, they just kept fighting back and, had a chance to take the lead. And when they tied it up, I think 5-5, they had a runner at first and third and one out. And we got out of the jam, picked a guy off first, and then maybe a strikeout or something. But, it was one of those games that I don't think any lead felt safe. And even if we'd had a 3 or 4 run lead, 5-run lead going into the ninth, I mean, the way things had gone, I mean, we'd given up some hits, but we gave up 2 or 3 blue hits, a couple infield hits, a couple of bunt base hits. You just never felt like that the game was in control at all. But Tiger came in and really, really shut the door, and what a great job by a young pitcher.
Tom?
Dave, I think this is 3 games in a row with a home run for Webb. Just what's he meant being down there in the 8th spot in your order?
Well, he's been big down there, I mean, he's a good hitter. Good. We've seen it. We've seen it many a time, and the total home runs doesn't surprise me a bit. I just like the fact that he's fighting down there and brings a lot of defense to our team in the outfield, and brings a lot of athletic, ability that we need, and it gives us, a guy with power down there, but also a guy that can score runs. Then Gregory's been hitting after him as guys that can score runs and turn that lineup over. So it's been
You said in your in-game interview that Connor was having a little trouble with grit. What were the conditions tough with the wind and the cold?
Yeah, I think mainly the baseballs, if you notice, they really looked white because we didn't feel like they were rubbed up very well. And every pitcher we had, kind of noticed it. And the umpire would take 2 and 3 balls and kind of throw them out or just put them back in his bag. So we actually had our pitchers in the bullpen before they would come in. When they were getting loose, we'd give them a brand new ball. We wouldn't touch it, wouldn't rub it up or anything. So maybe the ball in the game felt a little better, a little less slick. Because, for people that are familiar with the game, baseballs are slick. You got to rub them up a little bit. And they were getting rubbed up, just not what we're used to.
All right, thanks.
Matt?
In the 2nd and 6th inning, Missouri scored some runs, but they also had some outs on the bases. Turner threw out a runner at second. Taylor picked off a runner at first. How big were those 2 plays to the game?
Oh, those were huge. They had a runner first and third earlier. I think he said in I don't know what inning, maybe the 4th inning, or I don't know what inning it was, but I didn't feel like they would run immediately when our catcher stood up to throw, like a double type steal. And if there'd been 2 outs, yeah, but with 1 out, and they didn't. And Michael threw him out. That was big. And then we got out of the inning. The pickoff was big time because he just gave a real average move the first time. I think he threw a pitch, and then and then he picked, and it was a good move. Yeah, I mean, anytime, we saved a run here and a run there, and you only win by a couple, and then on our end, obviously, we felt like, we left some runners out there. We hit in a double play with runners at first and third, and that would have been a huge run. That would have doubled that score at 6-3 instead of we were up 5-3. And, then they caught us. But I thought our team did a great job of just staying resilient and just kept chipping away, fighting, and finally Webb put a big swing on that ball.
And the 8th inning has been really good for your offense this year and some of these comebacks. Has there been a common denominator in that inning?
I mean, we talk about it all the time. You got to score in the 8th, add to a lead. If you're the home team, maybe you can finish them off. I don't know. The 8th inning is just, it's been good to us, like you said. I don't know. I just think it's just been something that's just kind of happened. But it's always a big inning to score because you're getting close to either winning the game, you're trying to come back, or add to a lead.
All right, Hutch, last one for DVH, please.
Dave, could you talk about Brady and just kind of what he was able to do, what was working for him there those last couple innings?
Well, his fastball obviously was, I don't know, 92, 95, 96, somewhere in there consistently. And but what he was really doing was spinning that breaking ball in there, just about any time he wanted for a strike. And it wasn't like it's a get me over. It's got a lot of spin and rotation on it. And they didn't take very good swings at it. And he felt confident with it. But the breaking ball was the pitch tonight for him.
All right, Coach, that's your time.